Alright, hey guys, welcome to another one of Lorenzo's Blood Bowl games. Once again, I seem to be playing with a high TV advantage. I'm again playing against Pro Elves with my Naggaroth Vampire team. But the way it works is since Chaos Edition, not all that many people have been playing either there's a lot of new people, or not that many people have been playing their old teams, like my vampires for example. So I haven't actually managed to get a game between me and, say, someone who's a bit more, experienced. So it tends to stretch out the values and values and values. Okay, he's got 2 mercenaries, he's got 1 wizard, and he's got 2 bloodwiser babes. It looks like accurate sure hands, dodge, good choice. Mighty blow, tackle, pretty good choice. Though Mighty Blow might not be necessary, but 2 catches, so you can get 4 with these guys. 2 very, very low armoured linemen, one of which has some skills. Wrestle, dodge. Let's have a look at what I have. Okay, fine, we won't get a chance. So, oh, he's only got 1 bloodwiser babe, so we both have 7 fan factor, and I'm sorry, I have been trying to get out videos, but every time I play a match, and I played a really good one against Dark Elves the other day, but when I try to record it, the FPS value goes down horrifically, and it just seems to be something that my computer either does it or it doesn't, and it's a bit of a potluck. At the moment it's got a run of not doing it, but we'll see how this goes. I'll play it out, and hopefully, with a little bit of luck, it'll be a case of it doesn't do it today. I've still got quite a strong team of vampires. This is my Naggaroth team, so it's not quite as strong. I'll kick. Now, elves are pretty freaking fast, so I'm going to have to worry about that. But I have a +1 agility, dodge, leader, block player. +1 movement, catch, blodge. I think I've got a vampire with no skills. Yep, he needs to level up. I have 0 tackle players. Well, that's not good, is it? Why do I have 0 tackle players? Oof, okay, whatever. So what I have to do now is I have to start... I think tackle must have been on my next list, but maybe a tackle player died recently or something. But I do, on the other hand, have quite a few nice thralls in comparison to my other team. Looks like I'm going to have 4 thralls on the bench, which is a decent amount. Lots of wrestle around the place. Kick on that player, good. Guard, good. He has more mighty blow than me, weirdly. +1 strength and armor value, great. Don't want to get the pass player involved yet, there's no reason to. So, yeah, this is what I mean. He says vamps for the first time, so it'll be the first time he's playing against vamps. Now that does not surprise me in the slightest. Nobody plays us vampires. It's sad, but it's true. We don't get an opportunity to play. Or rather, they get very rarely played. So I am very much aware that he's going to probably just run down the pitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this vampire, my star one, at the back. Playing it safe and playing sweeper. It's going to be difficult for me to actually grab the ball off him without tackle, but even if he scores first, hopefully with the general low armor value of Pro Elves, I can hope that with a bit of fouling and with a bit of damaging, I should be able to bring down a lot of his own players until I hold a significant advantage. And to go for the 2-1 grind with vampires doesn't usually happen, but against some races you can do it, and Pro Elves is possibly one of the weaker races, so why not try it? Oh, sorry, I should do this. Yeah. So I thought you guys should deserve a little bit of, because I know there's a lot of people who quite enjoy the vampires matches, and while we all like Chaos Edition, and I do think Chaos Edition is good fun, I have to say I'm still a vampire person, and we've had 4 games of Chaos, or maybe 3, possibly 3, and yeah, it's 4 actually, and so I think it's time that we gave ourselves some vampires. Now he's played out with an interesting line, which is just a line. Oh, so we all get a reroll, which is probably better for the vampires than the elves, but you know, depends. It's added security on both teams. I have +1 agility, dodge, leader, block, so he's going to probably be integral to my plan, just because of that 5 agility is going to make him a nasty player to deal with. I'll be interested to see how he plays this. He sent 1 catcher down the wing and 1 catcher here. It's going to be pretty difficult to stop him doing one or the other, but I imagine if he's going to pick up the ball there, he only has 6 movement. I can vampires have a little trick up their sleeve that I don't think I've showed you yet, which is that the hypnotic gaze will remove their catching ability. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hypnotic gaze him and be like, fine. You just, and hopefully a lot of players actually fall for this, because as highlighted down here, not many people play as vamps, which means that when people do come across vampires, they're not quite aware of the rule that hypnotic gaze does remove catching ability at all. If you've got a player who's hypnotic gazed, he will not catch whatever. So you have to sort of play to that a bit. He's getting a bit unlucky with his rolls here, but that's okay. Now you can see this guy's got some chunky. Dear Lord, he has as much armor as a vampire and is as strong as a vampire, which is strange for a thrall. It's costing me a lot, but in free SPP he might even get block. Should be nice. Otherwise he's a bit of a freak show. He does have a wizard, which I should probably keep my eye out for. But now we have to watch out for this guy making a move sort of this direction, making a throw or whatever. Okay, so my turn. First of all, I am just going to punch the first thing that comes in the way. This guy has 6 armor, so I'm kind of hoping to hit him hard, and I do break armor, so it's a nice hit. A lot of this is going to be just making sure that armor is broken. That's completely pointless. I don't know why I put him there. Dodge, wrestle. Might as well go for this player. It's a bit risky because I don't have block, so I shouldn't be doing this, but now I've put him there, I'm going to do that. It doesn't do anything. I won't bother trying to hit him. What I will do is I will try moving this player here. So this guy has wrestle, so he's as good as a blocker in the sense that he's as reliable. Although he's the one, strangely, that doesn't get any sort of hit on anyone. Now I wouldn't mind this guy being what would do. He could roll Bloodlust, but for the moment we'll just chuck this guy here. Right, so that guy is completely disabled. Now this player should be able to there's a little bit of moving. It's okay. It'd be a shame if we got rid of our kick player straight off, but hopefully. It's only a breaking armor. Now it's just aiming at the weak points in his line. So for example, this point is a weak point. Although I could have just gone for the assist, but do manage to hit him. And I do manage to knock him out. So that leaves me the question where to put this. I've played vampires in quite a while, so I'm going to put this guy here. We'll bite the guard player. I shouldn't really. The problem is, the more valuable your thralls are, the more worrying it is when you have to actually bite them. Oh, that's good in the dodge. And I can't be bothered to do anything else other than maybe for a tackle zone here. That'll do for me. Right, so he's got a little while to go. He's got accurate sure hands, so he's going to be able to pass probably on about 3+ if he moves his full distance. This player will be unable to catch. This one should be covered by a +1 agility player, so that'll be nice. And if I could gain the interception, it's sort of worth the risk, as it were. He's also there just ready to cover in case he makes a move. But yeah, we'll see what he plays out next. I have managed to knock out one of my own players, but I have managed to knock out one of his. So yeah. Although elves always work better when they, well, they don't work better, but they, as races go, the elvish races will be less affected by players dropping out because of the ability of all of their players, whereas I'm very much reliant on having the vampires on the pitch. I don't know whether you could say I'm reliant on... Okay, so that's a weird choice. He's going off. And he went for a 2-die uphill block, which seems very strange. But he does manage it. I can't really tell what he's going to do because that doesn't change anything. That guy still can't catch until he moves it. So yeah, that was a very risky move he just made. Albeit even if he has block and this player doesn't. It looks like he might even try the pass, which would be foolish because it's just going to roll off him. If it lands into this guy's hands, I'm going to have to remove that guy, and the dodge block could pay... well, could go a little wrong, but this team really needs a tackler, but dodge block is always something you need first on your team. This guy's a bit of an experiment. I gave him catch because it's useful to have a catch player. And I also have a Thrall with pass, who will eventually, hopefully, turn into a pass sure hands player who should do some, well, maybe he might not do amazing, but if he does not move this player, I'm going to be able to dodge out, which should be good. Although he has tackle, so I need to watch out for that. Oh, he's moving. Looks like he's going to make the pass. Oh no, he's pushed there. Perfect launch. And he does make the catch. Fine, fast elf, no problem. He is down potentially a player, and I should be up players. That's a normal elf play. Play it quick. I did my best to stop him, but as you can see, he did his best to get out, which is fair enough. His elf is back up, and my Thrall is back up, so all is even. But now I can have my run at the ball, which should be nice. He has no one-turners, so though it's a very short way into the game, the aim of this game will be to score the... Although actually that's not all that entertaining. I'm tempted to try and make it into a fast scoring game where we see which one can defend the better, but I won't just shoot up the field like I normally do. I should take my time, and maybe I'll throw in a few fouls, because fouls are always good. So what could I have done to defend against that? Well, not all that much really. I did my best. He had to make, well, for some reason he made quite a risky move of pushing me out of the way with an uphill 2-die block after 2 go for it with a blitzer. But that sort of tells me that he's sometimes willing to take quite a big risk. So in a way, it could be good for me. But yeah, there's no rush to score quickly here. In fact, actually, if we can get a couple of fouls in, take off a few players off the pitch permanently, I don't think he has any subs. Now, he does have a wizard, so I have to be careful there. Which means probably caging's the best way of doing this. And I have to, yeah. We'll take off the kick player because he serves no purpose for this drive whatsoever. And I won't let the pass player take up the ball yet. We want this guy to score really, so what we'll do is we'll release to make a pass, but at the moment we'll do pretty basic setup. Go in all out. And I won't take the pass player. I bet you that's going to come back to bite me somehow, but it will. I'm not going to do it. And that means Draco should be able to take up the ball, and hopefully with +1 agility he too should be able to make a pretty nice pass across field. I imagine that pass that was just made... Oh, extra rerolls, 6 rerolls. That's an amazing amount of rerolls. Okay, so we need to be careful because we can't just let that wizard just start firing all over the place. Attack with this wrestle player who hits and breaks armor. Do it this one as well, because there's no real advantage to attacking with a vampire unless he has Mighty Blow. He does manage to hit. It is the vampire who managed to land the hit, and it's another armor break, so that's quite nice to know. We'll bring Demetrius across, which means that we should get a 3-die block on this guy with the Thrall even. Hooray for the Thrall. There's no point in fouling a loner, however, so I need to be wary that maybe that's not the best idea. This guy is without any sort of skills, so naturally we're going to pick on him. Prick on him? That would be weird. Yeah, obviously if he doesn't have dodge block, you're more likely to hit him in one go. So, and then we'll move this player across. Move this player here. Now, I don't want to start fouling with just... I don't want to foul with a guard player, so I won't do anything for the moment. Okay, so go pick up the ball. It says on a 1+, but even on a 1 you'll fail. But Draco doesn't fail me. And as you can see, that's a 3+ to that distance. 2+ to even make a sort of medium pass, so that's not bad. We'll push forward. So the whole line's moved forward. Now, I'm sort of hoping that he will... Actually, I'm going to move him back 1 square just so he can cover. I'm sort of hoping that he uses his wizard or something like that, but... we'll see after this turn. Because it used to be that you could use a wizard, I think, before anyone's turn. So even before his, but it's now you can only use a wizard before your opponent's turn. So that's quite good because it gives your opponent time to sort of react to the wizard. Now I have a lot more quality players on the pitch, and as you can see I'm already denting his armor a little bit. I just need to get that infamous injuries. And if he keeps throwing men into the front line like he is currently doing, and he's only going to be able to achieve 1 block, then he's just throwing men into a meat grinder. Yes, it could sort of backfire on me, I suppose, but it's more likely to end up seriously hurting him. And the more players removed from the pitch, the better. As you know, that is Blood Bowl. Well, it's got to be my 3rd turn, and I won't have played... I can afford to use a reroll every turn now, and still have 1 for turn 8, which is quite cool. Because of my 6 rerolls. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. This guy is on this flank because if push comes to shove and that desperation, if he's even up here, say, with catch, nurse, or steal, he's going to be difficult to actually stop, sort of. So he's going for a 1-die block, which gets a push. Not all that great. But he's got sidestep, so he doesn't have to worry about being pushed to the edge. However, this guy could beacon. I'd worry about him being pushed to the edge. All it's going to take is... All it's going to take is a push. Let's see if he uses his wizard. The moment I cage up, I'm a little bit... Not cage up, per se, but... Right, first of all, let's start punching. I want to do it with the Thralls first, because I do have the rerolls to spare, and I'm not expecting to make any amazingly big moves this time round. And it just means that if, for example, this guy wants to make a block, he doesn't knock off that guy stopping whatever, but stopping an assist somewhere. But that's okay because it's all worked out quite nicely. I would love to take that player out, but I don't think it's going to happen because of his dodge block. Now I could potentially you're going to watch something a bit cheeky. Right, now I can just slide in around. Now it's a one-die block, so I don't want to do it right now. I want to secure up the rest of this whole sort of move moment. Okay. So I'll take out this wrestle player. I need to be careful though because I'm running out of time. Oh great. Okay, just hope for a push because it's 0 seconds. Oh, I got a one-die block. I got the red dice, but at least I don't waste a... Oh, I could have used a reroll. That's what you get if you don't move forward quick enough. But anyway, he's nicely guarded up. He could... The most he could hit with a wizard is 3 of them on the next chance he gets. I've managed to injure one of my own, and it's a wrestle player, which is kind of worrying. Well, not worrying, but annoying. But that's just something that happens with vampires, and you need to be prepared. I still hold so much strength and agility on this game, and hold the ball. It would be nice to know that his wizard is used up, so I'm sort of hoping at this point he will use it up soon enough, because now's really the time he needs to use it. But we'll see how it goes. He does... Oh, he's got Mighty Blow. This could be nasty. Hold your breath. Oh, he's only a knockout. Okay, so I'm now two players down, which is kind of worrying. So I do need to start pushing up, maybe considering scoring. Giving him enough time to come back, but that will just give me time to replenish my numbers. Then again, if he moves players down here to receive, it doesn't really matter to me because he doesn't have the ball. So it's not particularly worrying. And as I've explained, if he does use his wizard, it's only going to pop the ball out so that the others can grab it. I haven't lost a vampire yet. And hopefully this guy will be alright because he's got armor value 8. Yeah, it's an armor break, but it's not anything serious. Let's see if he unleashes the wizard. Here it comes. And all it did is take off that player. So that's the wizard gone, which is great. We can now just move upfield, knowing that the worst he can do is pester my line, which isn't all that concerning to me. So we've managed to hit this guy, nice, and break his armor, great. Move this guy up here to basically help form up a cage of sorts. This guy here. I just need to make sure that this guy does pick up, but that's not all that concerning. But I am gonna... No, I'm not gonna re-roll it because I am expecting to make a move soon, so I don't want to risk it. End action, and I'll bite this player. Hopefully. Ugh. Vampires are misbehaving, which is just, more than anything, just telling me score now. So this guy, I don't want to do anything more than make... We'll see. He does manage to pick up the ball. And all we need to do is hand it off. So I won't make a pass, because I can't risk. There you go. Catch made. So that's my first reroll used. Still I'm in no rush, but I am down 3 players, which is slightly concerning. I'd prefer to delay a little bit, which is sort of possible, because this guy's not going to score anyway this turn. This guy could, so if push comes to shove, I can put him, give him the ball and hope that he gets up there. But for the moment I'm not too worried. Elves can be annoying, but I have to say I was hoping I'd at least have done a bit of damage so far, but it's okay that I haven't. I don't know whether it's worth fighting them off when 3 men down. The vampires can hold each elf off pretty easily, and even 2 elves will struggle to take down a vampire. He's only got 1 tackle, but I do, you know, it would be nice if I too had tackle, but I don't. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. You still got this guy ready down here to receive, which is completely normal, and well, it's not normal. I'd say it's a bit preemptive, especially for a player with movement 8. I would have kept him. He doesn't need to be that deep. Well, 1, 2, 3, 7. So he could be 1 less, and he could be assisting. And with, you know, all these players still here, that here's his first reroll. So that's nice to know at least. Ooh, he does manage to hit another thrall with the Mighty Blow player. I'd love to remove that player, but this is where I could really do with that tackle player. It doesn't manage anything too much. Question is, what do I do? What do I do? This guy is looking like a very tempting target, and here's the reason why. Because should be able to move this player up a little bit by shunting him if I wanted to. He's got sidestep, so there's no point doing anything with him. Now vampires probably would be fine fighting in this sort of ruck, if you can call it a ruck. He is sort of forcing me to score quickly. Well, I say he's forcing me to score quickly. The fact that I have taken some hits to the thralls is forcing me to score quickly. Okay. You had to do that, didn't you? He even failed the reroll. Okay. If I drop the ball, then I'm in trouble. It's a 1 in 9 block, but it... Okay, shoot. I have to do this. He does make it out, so... Risky, but it works. For now, at least. I need to move a player to cover him. Now that won't be entire cover. Make a block here, good hit. And we'll get up here. And it's a shame he doesn't get anywhere, but, you know. Okay, this is a little bit bad, and I know it. But he still has to make a couple of dodges out with Lona. This guy will be fine. In fact, he doesn't even need to dodge. He just needs to put a player there, and then maybe send this guy around here, and he can get a 2-die. He could even send up a player to the back here, but he's still going to have a hard time, I think, knocking the ball out, and hopefully with this vampire around, that's going to cause some issues. We'll see. Some bad rolls of 1s came up there, but you know, at least it didn't come up where it counted, which is on the dodge. So he does manage to make a block there. I'm not entirely sure how much that achieves. This guy could dodge out. The thing about these elves is they're not actually that fast. They've still only got 6 movement. So the blitzers have 7. The catchers have 8. But we'll see. I could really... The problem is we've got so many rerolls that... Okay, I would have thought he would be the ideal player to use to blitz, but I don't think he's going to do it. I suppose if he uses... No, block would have been better because he hasn't got... Here we go. So it's a 1-die block. He can achieve a wrestle. I would be surprised if that... But it's just landed there. So that's really not that... That doesn't bother me too much. What I could do is I could just... He's going to be... He can't get to that ball, really. So... Neither can I, overly. Oh, he's great. Gets a 1-die block off. But, you know, still not too bad. We might have to score quickly. It'd be nice, actually, if we could delay a turn. We'll see what happens. So he uses wrestle, which is a good choice by him. To stop anything happening there, but he still managed to hit this player around, but not actually achieve all that much. Now, without the tackle player, who's here, in range of... Okay, well that's slightly annoying, but... Oh, he's getting quite cheeky, and he's put a player right there. Now the question is, what do I do? Now, what might be the best plan is to just go for this guy, try and push him out of the way. It's not that easy though. Okay. We'll move this player up here. Get this player up here. And we'll make a punch here because we want to get rid of this player. And an injury would be great at this point. It's not an injury, but, you know. Right. We're going to have to make that move. It's a relatively safe move. Although if that happens, we could be in trouble. That's working out what to do. A 1 on the pickup would be disastrous at this point. I have 2-die. That's okay because we've got this Thrall here. So that's all we need. So you can move there. End the action. Bite here. I'm damaging myself more than anything. Okay, well, doesn't really make a difference. We just have to go for it now. It's not the player that I wanted it to be on, but what are you going to do? Now, where's the tackle player? Let's first pick up the ball. Or if it rolls off the field, it goes disastrously wrong. The ball's landed there, which is, yeah, disastrous. I was worried about that, but I was sort of hoping it wouldn't happen. This guy has +1 agility, so he won't have any... It's a 2+ pickup for him, but he's got a reroll, and then he could pass it. that's kind of concerning. It's also sort of concerning that I've lost 4 players down here. Oh, he didn't even use a reroll. That's depressing. Okay, so I'm getting utterly slaughtered here, on the basis that I don't seem to have a choice about it. That said, if he scores quickly, I have a chance to score again, so maybe if I'm lucky, but I don't think I'm going to get that option. At the moment I feel quite unjustifiably lucked out. But he does make the score, which is good for him, and good for me actually, because it means I have a chance of rescoring again on the attack. It's annoying to let another one pass me, but I guess it just influences. Oh, that's a horrendous load of rolls. There's not all that much I could have done really there. I played out his wizard, so at least he's used that. But it's annoying to be 2-0 down. So what are we going to do? We're just going to push straight upfield. And we're going to make it count here. +1 jersey. Would be nice to knock off a player before we go, but I need to be prepared. Okay, let's go with that. See where he puts it. And the ball looks like it's going to go straight into my hands, which means I can just sort of move everyone up, which should mean that we're going to rely on Vlad to score here, because Vlad needs to score really. But that's a pretty damn good roll for me, and I need it at this point to be there. Right, there we go, that'll do. I can give the ball to Vlad, which means I don't even have to bother with any of this throwing nonsense, which we know is all nonsense. I can use a wrestle player to bring down this guy. Hopefully, come on, I'm looking for an injury on these armor value 6 players. His players are doing really well to be where they are at the moment. I probably shouldn't be blitzing actually with this player, because he doesn't have anything going for him per se. But he does make it anyway, so we need to prep by getting upfield first. In the end, he only needs to make it there, so this guy can move up here, which means that this guy should be able to go around the back. We have still a couple of rerolls, so this is what I mean. I should have probably... Oh, please no. Oof. I really hate it when... And I blocked with the wrong player as well, stupidly. When I don't think before I do my move. Now, this player doesn't have tackle. He's going to be hard pushed to make an actual block that matters on this player. Yeah, he's gonna... I'm gonna leave him there. He can get a block, but it's gonna be so difficult to bring him down, even with this player's wrestle. Although... How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no, he can step back 1. Because, then we can hit this player. Just doesn't achieve anything, but still try. And then we can just go here, here. It's probably going to get my frog killed, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, no, it doesn't get him killed, but he's at least lying in the way. I still feel confident. I can still score. He's going to have to bring this player all the way around down here, or this player. There's no way he can get a 2-die block against me, I don't think. This wall is pretty solid. He's not that fast, really, so he's not going to be able to get too much into a recovery position, which means this player should be able just to run down the flank. And then we have to defend well, which I was hoping he would be down players by now, but he's not, which is really frustrating, because he should be. Well, you'd like to think he would be after the blocks that he took, but then again, I suppose I lost too many players early on. Let's see how he plays it. All I need to do is move this player out in some manner, so he doesn't have tackle on him either, so hopefully. He could. Well, we'll see how it goes. But I should be able to score at least and regain some vampire honor. This guy has moved out, so it looks like he's going to try and go for a block against Duke Wallach, which should be interesting. All I need is a blitz open here, and then just a run. Again, with vampires it could fail, but we'll see. Even if he does that, I can sort of open up an area just using hypnotic gazes. Oh, he's annoying though. Another knockout. This is really not how I intended to be playing this match. Okay. Right, we need to start laying down some blocks. That's fine by me. Right. Time to do this. So first of all, we're going to open up this player off, hopefully. Yep. This guy has sidestep, which is a nuisance, so we want to be... and this one has guard. Excellent, that makes things so much easier. Right, so what we'll do is we'll push this player out of the way using Duke, who does manage to land the punch, and oh my god, do I want to hurt that player. Move this player out there. Now we have to rely on Duke. Oh, not getting bloodlust. This has to be rerolled, because now it is down to this player to not screw up. No, I am having awful luck. Oh, this is not good, because means I cannot score, even if I move my player down. There is no way of me scoring, and yeah, that's pretty shite as luck goes. I shouldn't even bitten because that could happen. Right, so this is not going great, mostly because they keep rolling absolutely awful rolls at the worst times. Yeah, losing to Pro Elves 2-0 is a little embarrassing, especially when he's so little down, but this is the problem with vampires. If you roll too many ones, too many opportunities, and you will lose games, just frankly because the dice, and like that, that's not going particularly well. I'm now down a player on my drive. This is not going well at all. Yeah, so we'll have to try this again, but this time we have to hope that he doesn't have the ability to just completely ruin my luck. What we'll do is we'll change this up a little bit. Make him make the pass. But yeah, so far it's not going well. Why not? Because I cannot score for the life of me and his players keep putting them past me. He's succeeded most of his 4+, if not all, and I have not managed to get most of... well, I've managed... and the ball will land off field. And I've still yet to... I will not injure a team. It will not injure anyone. Which is really frustrating. But it must go on. And we can still easily draw this, even possibly take a win maybe. But we have to hope that it goes in my favour, which could be the part where it doesn't. That's goddamn frustrating. And there's still no injury. Urgh, God, it's infuriating. Right. First of all, let's make the pass so I know what I'm doing here. And I am going to pass it because I need the SPP. He does make it. Good. And I at least don't have to worry about the catch as well. So at least he will level up whatever happens by the end of this game. Now, it's just a matter of moving this player up here and hoping that nothing stupid happens, which it probably will. I need him to have a pretty abysmal half. Yes, an injury. It only took till the second half to get a badly hurt. God. Right, we've moved that player there, and at least now I'm up a man, or rather I have one man going for me. Bow chicka wow wow. Now, I don't really feel like making another roll, but it might just be worth it. He does make it with leader, but it does waste me a reroll, so what are you going to do? I'm going to go for the hit anyway, because I need to just injure some players now. Yeah, but his elf play is slightly annoying at this stage. So what we're going to do is we're going to play a different tactic on the next drive. We're going to go and try and make him forget, or rather, he will always come, I think, to pick up with this player because he's the designated thrower. Now, this player is the least protected combat-wise. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we hit that player while he's holding the ball, which should be interesting. But it could pay off. Maybe it's something I should have done beforehand. But either way, we're going to still plough on and try and score as many touchdowns as possible. Put them past these fancy elves. And it'll be nice to have him go up a level. This is a game I really should have won, but when the dice don't like you, the dice don't like you. He's played well. He's been an usual elf nuisance. At the same time, it's sometimes you will get the hits where it matters. So I managed to take down that player. I'm not entirely sure how much that changes anything, if at all. Alright, fine by me. So right, first things first, we need to clear off this tackle zone. We're going to try with this player first, just because it would be nice. Hey! Right, which means we can then block with this player. Hey! And it's a knockout. Let's hope he stays out, because we really need him to be out for the next round. Then we can move this player up here. Do I want... It's probably worth making the one go for it. Hopefully he won't fail it. He doesn't. And we score with this player. So at least we got the second goal in. Sorry, first goal. Which is really worrying that it's only the first. Now, we need to play the next drive very carefully to start trying to bring this back up. The best thing you can do in these situations is keep a cool head. Whatever you can do. Okay, he's up. That sort of plays in a little bit. And none of them are up. Okay, so clearly I should have bought Bloodwiser Babes, but for the moment it's going to be even teams. That is at least what the injury gets me at an even team, albeit on a loner, which doesn't actually do that much to help me. We will actually hold him back a couple of squares, because we need him to be kicking. Alright, fine, if you're going to be like that. Right. Now, let's see how he plays this line out, because he could just put his whole line forward again. What we really want is him to just make a blunder somewhere or something. I need him to open up a line, open up a point in the line where I can get hold of his player before he can pass it. That's the main thing. Now, as an elf player, he's not going to want to pass it straight off. He's going to probably send his runners up this side. Fine. We're going to put it about here-ish if he keeps this line up like he's doing now. He should put a player here, and he might make the pass. Then he has a choice, run or cage. Now, I'm a lot better at getting rid of him as a caged, or while he's on his open, or if I get a blitz. So, that's perfect. Thank you, gods of Blood Bowl. When you pray and you have some bad luck, just keep playing, because something like this just might happen. And if it does, it's beautiful. Probably would be worth him picking the ball up, but it's safer for him. However, I need to pick up the ball first, and he's going to be in a tricky position to do it in, because he's probably going to be exposed. However, I do need to catch the ball as well, so it looks like I might have to do something like actually go for the risk. Doesn't really matter which way he does it, because... well, first of all, let's just get the ball, shall we? It's 2 go for it, which would have been the same as a dodge. And he makes it. Perfect. All we need is this player in front of him so that he cannot be blitzed away easily. Oh, and then he rolls double ones. I suppose that was due. Well, let's see what he can do. He's still got to get to that player and land. He can't push him off the edge still, actually. So, God, that's annoying. But he is in range of scoring. So, let's see how it goes. This player is here to cover if need be. He seems to be using wrestle a lot more, which is strange to me. Although, actually, no, sort of, I don't know why he's choosing to wrestle so much more than push. Or this guy could, with one go for it, make a block, but these guys need to get involved as well, and they might have a tough time of getting enough. Oh, come on, please. Just fail something. So he's got a 1-die block with a push. And with a push, he'll manage it. Now fail to go for it. Oh, God. That's miserable. Like, not even had 0 issues with that at all. The ball does land in a good position, so at least he's there. If I can get the ball to this player and make a run for it, there's potential, but God, he's having an easy time of this. That's why I wanted that player there to stop anything happening. It's sort of annoying, but that's the way I wanted it to go. This guy is his most likely avenue for picking up the ball, because it's still a free plus for him. We'll see what he does. Oh wait, he did use a... Go for it. He did use a reroll, sorry, so... Now his method of pushing players up here seems a bit strange to me, because I probably, if I were him, would be making sure that I had everyone around the ball. He's up, and he's got rid of a vampire, annoyingly, which means that I have to worry about stuff like that. He doesn't fail that, and he's got nerves of steel, so yes, excellent, wonderful, perfecto, etc, 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 etc. So what we can now do is go and pick up the ball and leave with it, hopefully. So how are we going to do this? That's the question. He's got sidestep, so he's going to be a nuisance whatever he goes, so I'm not going to bother blocking him at the moment. I need this player really up the field, but this guy's got the most potential for getting out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this player here, and we'll charge upfield. So we got lucky, yay, it's about time. Oh, you are useless. We can't afford to re-roll much at the moment because we still got most of this half to go. So we'll end the action biting this player. Hopefully we can cage up. No, don't badly hurt him. That's really annoying. Okay. We don't really have much choice other than... Oh, please no. Don't roll double ones on the dodge. Okay. So I am having pretty rough time. I just failed a dodge which should have been magnificent. There was a 1 in 36 chance of that happening. All I can hope is he gets an equally unlikely chance, but I don't think it's going to happen. And he's going to be running off with the third in a minute. Not all that much you can do in these matches sometimes. But sometimes you're just not going to win them. for example, why he has only one elf in there, and why I have 4 thralls and 6 thralls off the pitch actually is a mystery to me. This guy is going to be well able to pick up the ball. I mean, double ones would save me, but what are the chances of that happening to both teams? Not high, I'll add. All he needed to do is move the ball upfield to at least where this guy was, just so we can do something, but no, that's not going to happen. So here comes, he does make it, perfect launch, and the ball is caught. Sometimes you will play games where you just, stuff will not go your way, and that's completely normal. It was nice of me to have the blitz, but it just ended up losing me a vampire and getting the same result anyway, after a pretty shoddy. Yeah, it sort of makes it up how it likes. And sometimes Nuffle will hate on you, especially since I still haven't got those 2 falls up. But all you can do is just admit you were Nuffled and play on. That's the best you can do. As frustrating as it is, I can't say I did too much wrong really. I made a couple of tiny errors, but not at points where it mattered. Where it matters, I just rolled double ones or triple ones or whatever, or got an unnecessary bloodlust, or stuff that, you know, 5 out of 6 times would have worked. Or, you know, you got to sort of take these things with vampires, and sometimes what I've always said about vampires is they are very, very sensitive to bad luck. If you're Chaos and you have bad luck, oh, you fail to pick up. That's okay, because you've got like half of their team off the pitch. If you're Dwarves, God, you play so reliably, but if you have a bad half, the chance of you having another bad half in a year is not likely at all. Whereas if you play vampires, if you roll bloodlusts in inopportune moments in your key plays, yeah, good luck having any sort of way to counter that. If you roll, well, if you sort of manage to get the ball, or you go down players and a vampire goes out, that's pretty much game over for you. Just because, even like, I've had games where he needs a 6 to hit the vampire on a 1-die block, or 2-die blocks even, actually 2-die uphill blocks I'll add, and all that has happened is that I have just had a vampire just go bleh and die, because he rolled 2 6s and the vampire's dead now, and I have no choice in the matter of what's, you know, how this is going to go, and how I'm going to end up. But that's okay. You have to accept these games, and I suppose that's the lesson I'm trying to teach you. Now that's really annoying because I'm ages away, but I can at least go pick up the ball and set up for a quick goal in the hope that I'll be able to score another one soonish. Now I'll give him an option. He can hit him with the wrestle player, hope to God I get a 6. It doesn't have to be, but it, you know, it'd be nice. Move that player there. This player here. And make an incomplete cage up there. That's about the best chance I'm going to get here. Other than that, might as well try and go for an injury, just in the case, hope that it helps me. You can't do anything about that. You can't waste a reroll, so... Anyway, we'll see how he reacts, because the ball is still being held by this player, so he could flood this area with players and then have the interception set up, which is quite why I'd like to have the safe throw skill, but yeah. You can't, as I've said, don't worry if you're having a game like this. There are games that even you've done everything right and you will lose, and there are games where your opponent has done everything right and you've made a couple of mistakes. God knows I've had them, where I have made more mistakes than my opponent and the dice just said, you know what, Lorenzo, you got this, we got your back. But then, trust me, it will come back to bite you in the arse. Those dice will come back and they'll be like, well, you kind of owe us for, you know, that time before when we helped you win that really insignificant game. So we heard you got a really big league game coming up, so we thought we'd just, you know, crash that and see how that's going for you. So yeah, you will have games like that where literally the dice talk to you. It's weird, but all you can do is play on. Now, what am I going to do? I probably don't have much choice other than moving this player here and trying to get the ball up to him. However, I'm probably going to have to try and knock out a couple of interceptions with my hypnotic gaze, which is another good use of hypnotic gaze. What's he going to do here? He must be he's clearly debating going for the both down, but he doesn't take it, which is a good idea because you shouldn't. Oh cool, I could even make it to him. Right, so the only player that's in my way per se is this one. So what we're going to do is going to just try and hypnotic gaze him, keep him out. It doesn't help if that sort of thing happens, but you know, we've got 2 chances at it. It's actually even better, we could just try and push him out of the way. Please don't fail on a 1. And trust me, he will. Or get something like that. But in fairness, the wrestle will do me good because it does keep the player off my back. And it does give me the free plus that I need. Now a Bloodlust here would screw me over because Bloodlust has a nasty way of coming back to bite you. And it's a bug you should be able to pass if you get Bloodlust. Way! Nerves of Steel catch. So at least we play it nice and competitive. I'm not out of this game yet is what I'm trying to scream at him. Whether that actually is the case, we don't know, but I should be in range of scoring. Sometimes you can do nothing other than just hope to God you did your best. Now I am going to suffer here but I have to go for this. He has a 1-die block on me and I have to just risk it. I don't have any way of scoring and I don't fancy using rerolls. If I want to win, I won't have that luxury. So this guy's got no dodge, so I'm going to try and put this player here. It's a last ditch attempt, he might not make it. But, you know, worth a try. This one's got lower armor value than this one, so I'm going to try and punch here. Oh dear lord, one's everywhere. So it was a nice pass, at least that went off. Now we have to see if he actually makes it, because he can get a 1-die block, I think, potentially. Yeah, best he can do is a 1-die block. Hopefully he won't get a 5 or a 6. But you can't be sure. You're just... It might happen, it might not, and there's not much I can do about it. This guy is moving up, but he's not going to be able to assist. It all comes down to this moment. A failed dodge would be perfect. Way. So he's only got 1 shot at this. So it's a 1/3 chance he'll hit me, and he doesn't. Whew! Now I have to worry because in reality I actually have to make... It would be better for me to make a 2-die block, I think, reliably, because then it's not a 1/30. Well, it's still 1/36, but I can re-roll it if things go wrong. But this is me screaming, I'm still in this game. I am still in this game. I just need Thrall's up. I need him to play. I need the play to go the way I want it to on the next drive. Now, it's obviously I've only got 2 turns to do it, so I need to basically send this player upfield straight off and go, just in case we get the ball, be there and be ready to score. He has 0 rerolls, so 1 mistake by him will make the game to could make the game drawable by me. But, you know, we'll see how it goes. No injury? No, okay. So here goes the final drive. Sorry, the grand attempt, as it were. He's got sidestep. There is literally nothing to achieve out of that. Hey, he makes the dodge and stuff. Right, I almost blitzed that guy, which would have been bad, because if I'd managed to push him, it would have been a sidestep, and he could push himself into a position where I am in a lot worse position. So it was better just to go for the double ones and hope for it. They are still laying down. They have had enough of this game. Right, all I can do is I can put this player here. And then prepare to go for a final goal, which isn't going to come, but god damn it, we will try. And I just realised I need to put 3 players up on the front, which is quite key to the game rules. Actually, best not to show him that I'm trying to go for a draw. I need him to make a serious screw up somewhere. A bad 1 die, 2 die block, something like that. I have 2 rerolls in pocket. This guy making a bad go for it or a bad, you know, whatever. Let's see if this guy can land a perfect kick. He doesn't. It manages to land there, which is actually abysmal. But, you know, he still has to make a good catch. Now, he's probably going to use these guys, which means that they have catch, so that's not going to happen. But I can at least try and get the ball off them. Hey, maybe I can even get the ball off them and pass it upfield. We'll see. Now, who have I got? I've got badly hurt. The vampires were hungry today, and the Thralls did not feel like playing the game much. I don't know what he's going to do. I'd imagine he'd probably try and pass it or just sort of leave the player upfield, but either way, this guy has to go upfield. No questions about it. He's only got 1 chance at this. I have 2 turns left, and if by some miracle I end up with the ball in turn 15, I need to be having him ready to score. Ugh, another badly hurt. Yeah, it was a pretty nasty game for me, considering really with 2 armor value 6 players I should have been more than capable of actually outplaying, not even outplaying, outbashing him. However, I seem to have been outbashed, which again, just the nature. You will have games where on paper you should be winning this. You should be winning the bash game, and sometimes with vampires you should be winning the throwing game as well. But on this instant I haven't won either. Complete normal really. Now let's see him make a mistake. If he leaves his player just somewhere stupid. Now that's not a stupid position. That's pretty good. And I was sort of hoping that if he did something with that player, I would be able to get away. Well, either way, this guy needs to be upfield, ready to receive the ball. Now the question is, how do I get to him? Well, it could be done with a few cheeky 1 die blocks. This is where tackle would also be quite useful. But as it stands, I'm just going to have to go for this. Full pelt. Try and get that ball off him. So still only a 1 die block. Oh yeah, because I didn't put him in a very good position. Duh. God, that's a bad move by me. He can technically make it, but this guy is tempting. Just so we can see if we can punch that ball out. I need to take risks. It's a 3+ rerolled, 3+ rerolled. Sorry, 2+ rerolled. Now I need that ball out of his hands. And I manage it. Just. And where's the ball land? Right behind me. This guy needs the ball. There's as much chance of him. He has the ball. That's what I mean. It's not impossible. His tackle player is well off in the distance. He has 0 rerolls to try and stop me. I have 1 shot at this. Question is, can the vampires match them for passing? Now, I don't know where his other catcher is, the one that could potentially ruin my day with wrestle, but he seems there. He doesn't have dodge. We have to wonder whether it's going to happen. It probably isn't, but if he gets away with it and manages to get the ball to Vlad, who then managed to take it, I mean, that would probably involve a couple of rerolls here and there, but we'll see. But if we can rescue it for vampire dignity and take it from 2-0 at the end of one half to 3-3, that would be actually a pretty freaking good game. And this is what I mean. You can't give up at any point. You cannot give up. Because you have to keep trying, because Nuffle will throw you stuff, because something might happen that changes everything. For example, you might get SPP on someone who's really key to your team, and you just have to play. Now here's his 1 throw at it. He gets a 2-die block. The ball... it's a bit of a nasty punch, and it will land. And the ball, not only that lands, but lands it with a player. I mean, I can still technically get the ball out, but it's going to be a pretty difficult one to make. Possibly, even debatably, it could be better to just get the ball to him and then make a handoff. But it's risky at all. At no point is this going to be easy. The good news is he's a dodge wrestle player, so... at least a block should still take him down, but it still needs to be a good block. That's good, at least he's off, so that opens up a little bit of room for whoever to get around. This guy, okay, so he's moved that player there. That's actually pretty good, because that frees up this player to receive and then hand off. We have to go for that, there's no choice about it. He's going to probably score anyway if we don't take the ball out and move it away from him, so no choice but to go for it. First of all, I'll move this player here. Either that or I have to go for like a 6+ or something stupid like that, so a 6 or a both down would do this. A 6 is perfect, but the ball has landed in the hands of some other player. I can't really do any more than that. Once it gets to that stage, it could have rolled anywhere, but you know, the main thing is that I tried, and there's not all that much I can do apart from possibly move him in and then hope that they throw it onto him, but it's not going to happen. He's up there on the end, so that really makes no difference. This player is going to be tempting just to hit. I got a nice 6s, so I can't complain about that. It's just it landed on a plus on the Nerves of Steel catch player, which is pretty nasty. Oh no, not even that accurate shorthand, so that's a really bad person to have it in. Could have gone either way, really. As I said, a couple of bad rolls here and there has really screwed me over. Especially considering his score on turn 7 or the end of the first half and then the beginning. And then my inability to score back, that was quite a nuisance. Here comes the hit. It doesn't do anything. You should either be able to just walk it in or get this player out. But 3-2 against Elves. It should have been a game I really won, but as I've explained, the dice will sometimes, they'll just stop you winning. And there's not all that much you can do about it. It's a bit of a rage-worthy thing, but the main thing is that you tried. Okay, and that's exactly what I mean. You can't throw to... You can't throw to those players. Given another turn, given another turn. But yeah, it was a good game to him. And unfortunate result for me, but I can lose occasionally. That's alright. Let's see who got MVP. A completely redundant for all. So I don't think anyone's going to be... Oh wait, we will get a level up on that vampire. Oh great, a double. What does that make you? Okay, we're going to turn you into a passer. No, I've already have a passer. Lame. Now I don't know what to do with this guy. The double is wasted if I do anything. I've already got a leader. I don't need a leader. Passing vampires are too valuable to throw away, so for that reason I'm going to take him onto a passer and I'll get rid of this guy. I had a good passing for all once, but it's just better to have an agility 4 passer than an agility 3. Yeah, that does it. So that was a good game to my opponent. He won. Fair and square. And yeah, stay safe guys.